Hey guys, it's your girl Miss Hollywood Black, and today we are getting into chapter 1 of our 30 Days of Lace series. And in chapter 1, we will be discussing skin types, daily routines, and extracurricular activities when it comes to your lace. Now, first, for starters, we're going to get straight into the skincare, and we're going to talk about skin types. The first the types of skin types are dry, combination, oily, and sensitive. Now, when it comes to lace, it is important to know your skin type for the simple fact that your skin type determines the longevity of your install. We're going to start off with dry skin. Now, in my experience as a hairstylist, I've seen that dry skin people tend to have longer installs. Reason being is that their skin is dry, they do not produce as much natural oils, therefore there is no natural oils lifting their install versus someone with oily or combination skin. Now, myself specifically, I have combination skin. I am oily in my nose area and my forehead, but dry under the eyes and in the chin. So for me, I don't have a long install because sometimes my forehead does get very oily, and I notice that my hair doesn't last as long. And then there are times when I'm experiencing my dry spells, and then my hair does last a little bit longer. So I do notice that people with dry skin do tend to have a longer install versus someone with oily or combination skin. I would suggest maybe like with dry skin, anywhere up to, I've seen myself as a stylist up to 4-week install, and I'm wondering like, how did this wig not shift? How did it not slide? What are you doing and what's going on? But then over the time, I self-taught and gained the knowledge of your skin type plays a role in your wig or lace install. Now, people with sensitive skin, let's get into you guys. Sensitive skin, yes, you can wear lace, but I do recommend, and I've noticed that it's best for you guys to be the ones that are constantly removing your installs, not keeping them in as long, due to the fact that when you are wearing a lace, you are covering your pores. So people with sensitive skin, their skin instantly is like, okay, no, there's no air getting in here, and boom, that results in your breakout. And it could also be a few other things as far as your adhesive that you're using, which is your lace glue. That's an adhesive. So some people with sensitive skin, they're having a reaction to the adhesive or to the fact that they have clogged their pores with layers of glue and now a piece of lace. So I hope you guys are understanding that your skin plays into the fact of your install. So what can your skin take? Can your skin take being covered? Can it take the wig being on your head for over a week? This is the things that come into play when you're thinking about is lace for you. So think about it. What skin type do you think you have, and what do you notice when it comes to your skin when wearing lace? Now, as we know, each person is different, and your skin type does not mean that you cannot wear lace, but we do recommend that you take the precautions and the necessary steps to protect your skin and your hairline as you do wear an install. So with all installs, I believe that you should use a toner to clean the area, remove any dirt in the skin, and go in with your skin protectant and then your lace glue. And I always do suggest that when you do have a client that you notice has acne or present skin issues going on, ask them if they've worn a lace before, or do a patch test. Now, what is a patch test? It is a test where you can put a small amount of product in the forearm area of your client, because this part of your arm is supposed to be the sensitive skin on your body. And if anyone is allergic to anything, you would quickly get a response from this area. So I do suggest that if you are unsure for yourself or others, to do a simple patch test. Apply a little bit of glue there, let it sit for a while, and see what happens. If you don't get a reaction, then you should be good to go. And if you notice that you get some itching, tingly sensation or anything in there, I would suggest not doing it. And that's why we've created also the glueless method as well, because there are some people, it doesn't matter the name, it doesn't matter the brand, it just does not go with their skin. Now, something else that is very important when it comes to your skin with lace is how you remove your installs. Now, for me, in my instances, there's been times where I have sweated my hair out and I didn't have to worry about removing it because it was already halfway off my head. Or I have seen where people keep their hair in so long that it's no longer on their head. But when your install is still intact and you want to remove it safely without pulling any hair or causing any damage to your skin, I always suggest going in with an oil-based remover first. And if you don't have oil remover, lace glue remover in your area, try a baby oil or oil sheen, some type of product that is oil-based and saturating your hairline and allowing it to sit saturated for at least 10 minutes to loosen up some of the adhesive product instead of going in and just removing your lace that I see a lot of people do. And although in that moment you're doing that, it doesn't hurt. You are removing a thin layer of your skin, and every time you do that, you are causing damage to your skin. So hence why you see people, when they do that, they get the wig halo. It's because you're not doing the proper steps to protect your head from the glue or when removing your hair. So always remember to try to remove that glue, adhesive, lace glue with oil. Now moving right along, let's get into the daily routines that will play a factor in the longevity of your lace installs. Now first up, we have sleeping. Remember, you are wearing a lace and it's on your head with adhesive. Going to sleep directly on your pillow, your sheets, your arm, anything. And if you ever use your arm, you know that when you get up, sometimes you may be able to see that there's glue pushed through on your arm because you are applying so much pressure when you're laying down that sometimes lint and other debris and dirt gets caught onto the lace. And these are things that help your lace look dirty faster and your hair looks not so kept up and you're ready to remove it. So when sleeping, always remember it is best to secure the hairline of your hair with a silk wrap, silk scarf, bandana, whatever you have. Just cover your hairline, and it's best to try to use something that's maybe skin tone or something that's clean, so that way even when you're tying that it doesn't pick up anything from that cloth or silk that you're using. You want to tie your hairline down, and if you have a bonnet, you can throw the rest of your hair into the bonnet. So just remember, when you're sleeping, protect your lace, because your lace literally picks up anything. It's literally like a lint roller in comparison. When you roll it, it picks up anything it touches. That's kind of how you should think of your lace. Now moving right into face washing. When you wash your face, what are you doing? Are you tying your lace down? Are you carefully going in with a rag? Or are you just washing your face? Now, what you're supposed to be doing is tying your hairline down, making sure that even the baby hairs are secured. And I think that it's easier if you go in with a rag or silicone face scrubber, whatever you use, or your fingers, your hands, go right in and directly clean those areas around your lace. So that way you are not wetting your hairline, which will result in baby hairs becoming messed up and lace lifting and loosening adhesive, and now you have a lace that is on its way to being lifted and ruined. Just be sure to cover your lace fully, baby hairs, and keep everything in as you are washing your face. And it is best when you are wearing a lace to go in and directly clean those areas and not to splash water, because splashing water will result in loosening your lace and shortening your longevity of your install. Now, right after face washing, we are going to go straight into showering. When you shower, same thing. Be sure to cover your hairline, cover your baby hairs, and keep your hair in a bonnet. Reason being that the heat, if you take hot showers and you like taking hot showers, this can lead to your install not lasting as long as well. Due to the fact that as you're in that shower, if your hair is not tied down, that smoke and that steam is going straight to that lace and that adhesive and slowly loosening it. Although in that moment you may not feel direct sliding or any lifting in that moment, that humidity is cooking it up and separating the adhesive from your skin. So that barrier is not as strong as it was before if you do tie it down. If you keep the humidity out, which means tying the lace down and also wrapping your whole entire head, so that way and none of that smoke from that hot shower steam is getting into your hair at all. So do remember that. Now, when you're getting dressed, it's also important as well. You should also keep your lace tied down when you're taking clothes over and off your head, because this does lead to lifting eventually as well too, because sometimes you're pulling down on your baby hairs, and when you're lifting, you're pulling up, and you may be pulling lace and sliding it back. So you want to remember that when you are wearing lace, you kind of want to be secured when you're doing anything besides looking cute out. But all the activities before getting dressed, brushing your teeth, showering, laying down, wake up, you want to make sure that you are securing and keeping your hairline covered. Now, we're going to speak about exercising and adult activities. Anything that pretty much makes you hot, that brings your body temperature up, is going to contribute to your install not lasting as long and coming, sliding, lifting, whatever. So when you're working out, you're going to sweat. So sometimes I've seen where people tie their lace down and they still sweat it off. So what I like to tell people is, if you know that you're a person that likes to work out, it is very crucial for you to elastic band, bandana, silk scarf, all of that, because that sweating and your body temperature running hot like that is going to separate that lace from your head. And especially if you're a person who, when you start sweating, your first place that you start sweating is your head, you're going to get hot and that is going to be over with. And I'm sure that even when you do the lace, although if you after you work out, you calm down and you cool off, most of the time the lace is able to dry back into the same spot. Is why I always tell people, no matter what activity you're doing, if you know your body temperature is going to run hot, tie your hair down. That is also for adult activities as well. If you are partaking in those activities, tie your hair first, ladies, because it is very important. If you want your install to last, tie that hairline down, so when you're getting hot and you cool off, at least your wig will know to dry back down into the same spot and keep your install looking good, okay? If you are a person who just naturally gets hot, you're sitting there, the AC is blowing, and your body just always run hot, understand that you are a person that your wigs will not last long. You will always see that. You may get a week, or you may, see that after a couple days you're experiencing lifting. Do remember that you are naturally a hot body person and your temperature runs hot, whether you're doing activities or not. So this will contribute to you not being able to keep an install as long as you would like to. All right, so guys, so now that we have gotten to our skin types and our daily routines, let's get into those extracurricular activities. Now, what do I mean? Extracurricular adult activities. We are talking about your clubs, your bars, your lounges. Just understand that smoke and lace don't mix. I work with a lot of girls, and they, after 2-3 days, they're calling me like, oh, my lace, can you give me a touch up? Can you touch my hair up? Can you clean my lace? And as much as I love them, and I always just say yes, let's clean your lace, let's try to figure it out, I understand that if you are in those environments, understand that your hair is not going to last you very long. Although it still may look nice and your baby hairs may still give what they're supposed to, that smoke and your lace are not friends. So while you're in the club, everything that's happening goes up into the air, your lounge, wherever you are, and it comes down. And there you are, partying, looking all cute, and you just catching all of that like a lint brush. Just getting it all. And you don't even realize it. We don't realize it. But 2 days later, after you done wash your face, you're out of the club, you moving on, you back to work, and you looking at your hair in the car, and you like, what's going on? Well, remember, you just picked up all of that from that environment. There's people blowing the hookahs, there's people smoking cigars, and all of that smoke, when it goes up into that air and you pick it up, now it gives you this weird gray tint look on your lace, and you think your hair is dirty and you're scrubbing, and it's really that you're in an environment where all the smoke now has affected your lace. And the best thing to do in these instances is to remove your hair, clean it, and reinstall it. Start fresh. So yeah, you can save it. You may be able to tweak it a little bit if it's not as bad. But if you're a person who are constantly, you work in that environment and you're there pretty much 3-4 days out the week, the best thing to fix that is to reinstall your hair. Take it off, clean your lace, start fresh. Now, we're going to move on to your makeup artist. Makeup artists, come here. Come on. Come right here. I just want to talk. Let's talk. Okay? You guys, I love y'all. But we gon' tussle. Because when these girls see you guys, and then they get their hair done, they saw me this morning, they see you that afternoon, they went out, and then the next morning their hair is not cute, because guess what? They got the makeup artist. You've used all type of powders and foundations, and some of you guys understand that, going in there and blending it and making it match for picture's sake. Then they go in the club, and now we got all the smoke, and then here we come, after everything is calmed down, you realize your lace no longer looks good. These are the things that contribute to your lace not lasting as long as you would like it to. But if you are a girl that understands this lifestyle, you understand that, baby, it's time to take it off and move on. Either you're going to reinstall it or we're going to do the next one. Now, don't kill the messenger. I'm just sending the message, okay? This is what happens. Smoke and lace do not mix, no matter which way you try to spin it. It doesn't matter what install, what glue you're using. Smoke and your lace do not mix. So, now that you know these things, I hope you have a better understanding of what is happening and you are able to determine what's going on. And you may be able to intercept your install being, whacked before it needs to. And now you know a few things that you can try to prevent this and stretch the lifespan of your installs. Because a lot of people today, that is what they are trying to achieve. Now, what I do like to say about lace as well is the fact that it is a temporary hairstyle. It is not for you to live under and make one with. That is not what it is for. It is a temporary hairstyle, and it is a high maintenance hairstyle. And if you are not a person that wants to see your stylist very often, lace may not be the route for you. Lace is very high maintenance, and you will need touch-ups. You will need to reinstall. You will need to clean. So if these are things that you are not willing to do with your hair or in your process of your hair, keep in mind that this is a temporary install. So I can't expect it to last as long as a regular hairstyle. And it is also high maintenance in the same breath, which means that we're going to be seeing each other at least once or twice a week, or at least every other week, in order to maintain a good install. Or you'll be touching up or doing your own hair the same way. So now that I've put you guys up on game on 3 categories that play a big factor in your installs with your lace wigs, stay tuned for chapter 2, guys. And that concludes chapter 1 of our lace series. Guys, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe on our YouTube at Miss Hollywood Black and our Instagram at Pink Mafia Studios. Mwah. Love you guys.